Going on, my friends? I'm Rick, and this year's seat at the table, and it just feels like that catching a little bit. Like I said, I honestly think a laptop is starting to struggle with some issues. I'm trying to save for a new one. The damn things, they're expensive, and I don't have four or $500 laying around right now. It just the pain never ends. To be me, we had to have our pipe snaked out yesterday, and it come back with mud on the end of the auger. So somewhere down under the slab of my house is a pipe that's broke. Now the plumbing is working, everything's flowing like it should, and it was 2 years since the last time we had to have it done. And I've suspected for a long time that there's some kind of breakdown there. The problem now, of course, is it's about 13 feet in from the clean out, but with the way pipes twist and turn, that could be anywhere. I'm going to have to figure out how to get the money together to hire somebody to come in and put a camera down there to find out exactly where it is. There was a time when I was younger. I'm just saying, there was, not to get off on a tangent here, which I guess I'm getting off on a tangent. There was a time when I was younger. I'd have tackled that myself. I would, cut up the damn floor and just start tracking it down and pray I get to it before I have to cut up most of the frickin' foundation. I've been told. Now, this is my first rodeo with a house. I've never owned a house in the past. I have homeowner's insurance, and I'm told that I should check with my homeowner's insurance people at American Family and about something called the slab/concrete warranty or something. There's possibility that their insurance will cover at least part of the replacement of this thing if that's a problem. Because it's supposed to cover shit like this. In part, that's what the homeowner's insurance is for. I don't know. I'm sure that my agent will tell me it's not and then try to blow me off, because he seemed like he did that the last time I asked him some questions regarding a tree in our yard. So it'll be some hideous deductible, I'm sure. These $1,000 with the damn tree, right? And it had to be actually on a building before they wouldn't do anything. So since it took out a fence, that didn't qualify. Anyway, so I've got to figure that one out, and I don't. Otherwise, pray, because I got another 6 months to go to pay the van off, and then another year to go to pay the furnace, or 2 years to go to pay the furnace off. My hopes is to hold off on replacing the van and using my van payment to double up on the furnace payment to expedite getting that personal loan paid off. Once I get that paid off, then I can look at fixing this thing under my floor. But I mean, unless it completely collapses, and at that point, or half of our sewer system, including the toilet, don't work, then at that point, I don't know what the hell to do. I ain't lying. I went with my wife on disability. I live a very tight budget. I work my butt off for every bit of hours I can get overtime, because that's the only way we keep our head floating. I mean, the wife and I haven't been out to a movie in 6 months. We ain't been, I don't count stopping at McDonald's for a quick lunch on the run as going out to eat kind of thing. It's been Christmas holiday weekend last year. Last time we had a little extra money for that purpose, and that's because I purposely said, okay, well, we're gonna go do this, and it's just her and I. Our daughter's grown and lives a long way away from here, and doesn't come up here, doesn't care. I mean, she really doesn't talk to us. That's just a family problem. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, we did some good news on the other front here. Little Missy, who's being quiet, she was crying a little bit ago in my first video. That AFS field field report, FFS, fix it, dude. Shame, man, shame. I'm telling you, this one here, come on, man. A lot of good work went into this. It looks really nice, but the dates in it are horrible. Your writing is off. Know your damn subject. If you don't know the history of the history you're writing, don't write the freaking history. And you have a number of people helping you, somebody should have caught it. Somebody should have goes, hey, what's up with that? And if this is any remotely related to anything that CGL did, doubly shame on you. You guys are professionals, and you got paid editorial staff to look after that shit. That is so not cool. I know I mean, geez, really. Anyway, get on with the actual thing. So, great. Now the sun's coming out, right? All right, so we got Tamar Rising, and this has actually been sitting up here on my desk for quite a while. I bought the book right after it came out. This was the first Battletech source book that I had purchased when I returned to my interest in the hobby itself. And I just started doing video reviews for my channel, and then which got me thinking, well, what was the state of Battletech? Because then all of a sudden a whole bunch of y'all started showing up, and we started having some conversations. So I went online and went and looked to figure out just what it was and what was available and so on and so forth. And this leapt out, and it's a very nice book. One of the problems I had right off the bat with it was nothing to do with the book itself or the contents of the book. It was my lack of knowledge of the era. So I was completely oblivious to the ongoings of everything to this point after the FedCon Civil War. So everything after 2003, for the most part, I'm behind it, so been trying to play catch up with, and so I didn't do a video right away because I wanted to have a little more background information. I wanted to understand a bit more of what's in here. And while there's a lot of material in here, and there's some beautiful artwork, some great stories, frankly, I'm a little disappointed from a commercial perspective. I think it's fine for Catalyst. I mean, it's fine. But from me, compared to some of the older source books, it's light. For the amount of money we pay for it, it comes up short on pages and contents, in my opinion. But then that's just my opinion. That said, it gave me a better understanding of this corner of the Lyran Commonwealth and what was loosely termed the Lyran Commonwealth and why. Although at this point I still didn't understand how the Lyran Commonwealth became in this dire straits that it's in this situation, and is trying to put itself back. It took me a while to read other stuff and other source books, and quite a few of those were graciously donated by a couple of y'all, and y'all know who you are, and I'm utterly grateful for the access to those PDFs, because that has really given me an opportunity to dig in deeper in a lot of material that I missed, that I would have bought over the decades that I didn't. So then we talk about a little bit break, a little bit less. There's still a little at this point a little bit confused of what was going on. Now I fully understand what was really in the works. About how the Jade Falcons were in a mad rush with the Wolves to try to take Terra, which left them their former territory wide open for exploitation. I got the understanding of how the Tamar Rising situation came up, and this really came into full picture when I was able to read the novel that came out that was talking about the Arcturan guards that went home, that took over their General Regis or whatever her name is, decided to re-establish the Tamar Pact or whatever. And then there's references to things like the Calhounds being destroyed and now being reconstituted, and I didn't know they'd been destroyed in the first place, which meant I had to go down that rabbit hole to track down what the hell happened there and why, because the Calhounds were such a prominent piece of the pie of the picture back in the day that you kind of wanted to keep an eye on what's going on with them now. And then we get into stuff like we're talking, some of the various actions of the clans involved were a little bit of concerning, because once again I was missing a lot of things like the Wars of Reaving. Well, I've read a couple of books in that venue, so I'm getting a better view on what's going on there. And other than that, I mean, it's a really nice book, really good opportunities and stuff. You could focus on this particular era and this particular region and run campaign after campaign without a question. If that's your thing. And right, so there's enough material here that I know that I have to go back and reread it again in light of a lot of the information I now know and that I didn't have prior. So I need to reread it with fresh eyes, if you will. And that said, Like I said, I'm going to leave, like I do in a lot of books, I have no reason to pull the map out, and I'm just going to leave it in there. That way it stays there and it doesn't disappear. And who knows, maybe it'll keep the value of the book a little higher. So 50 years down the road, when I'm dead and somebody wants to try to sell these things, well, I don't know. Anyway, Tamar Rising. Not a bad buy if you're, I'm just saying, it's a good book, right? Till next time. How is that just? It seems like there's some kind of weird delay there, that transition.